Okay, so let's get closer here again. We're gonna just very small amounts of color, very, very small, hardly any pressure behind our cans. But I'm gonna add some right there as well. Look at that, huh? I like it. I like it a lot. All right, we might have to add a few little minor touches. You know what? Let's do some of this blue. Let's remove the pressure from it. I'm just gonna add some color here. And maybe right there, just a little bit of the glimmer on the edges. Look at that. Let's go take a look at that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. You know what? I think I'm going to do the same right here. Just kind of define those edges a little bit. Okay, not bad. Let's get a little bit closer. Here's the beauty of this, is that you can create such fine detail work. You can give this a nice, it's almost like an airbrush quality. See that? I mean, like if I really wanted to, and just so happens I really want to, then I could create a little waterfall right here. Look at that. Just gonna tap, 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 tap. Now, I mean, look how easy that was. Love it, love it, love it. Just gonna fill in the top here. Maybe we can even add a couple more. Maybe another one like right here, coming down, or I don't know. Yeah, I mean, imagination obviously is. It's limitless. I'm gonna add some blue lines with our low pressure. Maybe increase it a little bit, just to kind of have a little bit of that multicolor. You see that? Let me get close to it. You see that right there? The blue, the red, the green. That's gonna make our water look more realistic. More believable, I should say. Now, for some of these trees here in the background, I'm thinking, what about like a really dark green? And maybe we can just do the edges here. Let's see what that looks like. All right, let me step back. You know, I don't know if I like that. No, I don't like it. I'm just going to leave it as black. And that's not to say that later on I won't go back and add some more color to these. Just gonna add a little bit of that. You know what? That's another cool thing about this. With the pressure down, this looks like it looks almost like very, very transparent. All right. So this is coming along. We have a nice little piece of terrain here, which actually, you know what I was thinking? Is we can add so a little bit of blue right about here. You guys ever watched a show called Sledgehammer? No? No one? This is from the 80s? Oh, come on. Sledgehammer was the best. So it's about a cop, and he's got this 44 Magnum, right? He's always like carrying around. And he, at the beginning of the show, it shows him like shooting a mirror. He's like, bam, bullet hole in the mirror. His catch line was, trust me, I know what I'm doing. So, trust me. I hope I know what I'm doing. All right, let's take a little bit back step here. Yeah. I want to add... Huh? Let's go over there and grab this guy. We're going to need him right about here. Bam. Okay. Oh, I'm interfering. Oh, no. All right, right there. So this is going to be a tree. In case you guys didn't know. So I added the blue so that when I add my tree here, you'll be able to see it. I mean, look, see blue, 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 black, blue, blue, blue. So if we step back, look at that. Plus, not only that, the nice little blue mist adds a nice hue to it. Oh, let's grab this thing. All right, scalpel. All right, get on top of that. All right, add one this way. And then I'm gonna come over here and close that. That. All right, let's color this in. So black, once again, for those of you that are just joining us, is a neutral color, which means that we can, if you're doing the wet or the spray on spray technique, then you want to add your black. Once you add your colors, you want to add a neutral color, whether it's white or black. And then you're able to mix some of those colors together. In this case, we're still using a neutral color, but we're not mixing it with other colors like we normally would. What I'm going to do with it, and I'll show you, I think you'll like it. It's the technique that I use on my videos, and that's where I create a silhouette layer, and then we start adding highlights on top of that. All right, let's step back. Nice looking tree. I like it. I don't know about you guys. I'm really enjoying where this is going. All right, so you know what I'm thinking? I'll work on the tree a little bit more. Only because I'm really enjoying adding these little fine details. Now I can do this with my Spraycasso funnel. If you guys have seen my videos, which I'm sure you have, otherwise you've been living under a rock. A big rock. Kind of like Patrick from SpongeBob. But these fine details you can do with the Spraycasso funnel. And you can really add things to it. But I like the ability of being able to add colors in this manner. So I'll wait till we add that for later. For now, I'm just going to concentrate on some of these fine details. The details that hardly anybody pays attention to except for art critics or other artists. Okay, well, we need to work on that tree a little bit more. But as you guys know me from my tutorials, I work on pieces and then I come back to and then work a little bit more. For now, I think, you know what? Let's move this guy out of the way. God, look at my strength. Yeah, I've been working out. Let's go that way. I like that hue in the background with the blue. Oh, too much pressure. Way too much pressure. Let's undo that. Yep. Okay, I'm just going to come in here. Kind of blend that together. Add a little bit of those blue lines there. Look at that. And I like that waterfall. I like those trees. Love this rock here, how it gets closer to us. Oh, well, you know, I just noticed we don't have a shadow for this rock. It doesn't have to be overpowering. It just has to be there. Just so somebody can look at it and say, oh, yeah. Wow, they even added shadows to their stuff, to their paintings. Yes, we did. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of a... well, let's see. How are we going to break this up? You know what? No. Let's do this. A little bit of that blue again. Right here. Just on the bottom of this tree. Just trying something else here. Okay. And then I'm going to add a nice big rock. Overlapping that. More pressure. So that way the tree's in the background. That little bit of color will separate where the tree is. And will give us another terrain right here in front of us. Look at that. I even thought about making this, painting the whole thing black and then adding colors on top of that. I think that would look pretty neat. What do you guys think? I'm going to reduce the pressure. Once again, thin cap. Maybe a little bit more pressure. Now, you guys know I usually do this with my handy dandy sea sponge. But I'm having way too much fun with this. So I'm just going to go back and forth here. Look at that. All right, we want to add a little bit of a white line here to separate. So far, so good. All right, let's... Oh, don't scratch the paint. And you know what? That's another thing. You eliminate some errors. And if you've been spray painting, as I know many of you guys have, you have encountered some happy mistakes. I've been compared to Bob Ross so many times, man. I start using some of his ideologies. All right, let's go back. Or euphemisms. Look at that. That looks pretty neat. All right, we got to add a sun somewhere. And you know what? You guys want to make this a little bit more colorful? I know. It may just be me, but oh, yeah, I want to see more colors in it. So I'm just going to add a little bit of orange. Now notice, oh, let's go to standard, reduce the pressure, and just add some of that orange here. And we just want to stick the orange here on the bottom, closer to our mountains. Let's go back and see what that looks like. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, I'm gonna move this guy over here. Get on top of that. And that's the beauty about colors. I like to add a lot of different colors to my paintings. You know, some people say that they're very sci-fi. I think they're just colorful. Tell me that doesn't look like a sunset. A green sunset. You guys never seen a green sunset? Boop. Yeah, okay, maybe I haven't either. But if there had been a green sunset, that's what it would look like. And you know what? Yeah, all right. Let's move this guy this way. As above, so below. So let's add some of those colors here as well. Right? I also want to use some yellow. Yeah, some nice bright yellow. Okay, it's maybe a little tricky. There we go. Right there, right there. All right, let's move this. Oh, I'm inside of it. All right, let's move this guy closer to the wall. We'll get right here. And you know, remember how we did this nice little outline? I'm going to do the same thing, but with yellow this time. Yep. I'm going to add some yellow here. Kind of blend that out. I'm also going to go back to our palette and use the white that I used before. Just to give it some nice definition. Let's take a look. Tell me that doesn't look like it's glowing. Okay, don't tell me that. But it's glowing, dang it. Maybe we can add... Ooh, I like that. Maybe I go... Nice little white. Now I'm going to concentrate a nice little dot right there. Look at that. Okay, starting to take shape. It's almost like I've been doing this for a lifetime. Yeah, that's what it feels like at times. Then I remember, I have been doing it for a lifetime. Silly me. All right, a little bit of yellow here. Oh, too much. Undo, reduce the pressure. Go to thin cap. I'm just gonna add a small, like very small amount right here of yellow on that end. Let's take a look. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right. So now I'm gonna go. What would be a nice color for this tree? Yeah, I guess we could use some brown, but I think I will use. Ooh, that orange is pretty good. Let's go with a darker orange. Oh, that's almost red. All right. Have an idea here. Let's see if it works. Trying to create a bark effect. Usually, I do this with my handy dandy Spraycasso tool. Love that tool. It's been my companion through many, many, many of paintings. All right. Let's step back and take a look. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, don't worry. All right. Let's take a look. Right there, we'll do the edges. Let's go grab our scaffold, bring that guy in, put him right there, get on top of that. Bam. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed. Well, you guys are very observant. I know you noticed. But the color that I chose is not completely bright, but it is noticeable. Now, I did that for a purpose because I'm going to create a nice little outline here and then add the effect of bark. But I also want to leave room for highlights and shadows, believe it or not. Shadows. How? How will you do that, Spray? Well, I'm glad you guys asked. We're going to choose a lighter color for our highlights. Wow, really enjoy this. All right, so now I'm going to go back to our palette and I'm going to darken. Maybe we need to go to our standard, reduce the pressure. Oof. Yeah, okay, there you go. Let me try that here on this end. And I'm darkening. I don't know if you guys can tell, right? Oh. I'm darkening here, this side of the trunk. Now, not completely, but if you stand back, okay, I've had enough with that thing. Oh, I'm stuck here. Up, be gone. Oh, can't be gone. Oh, no. All right, we'll fix that later. We will fix that later. Let's go back over here with our colors. Bam, add a little bit of yellow. Oh, do not want to use standard. We want to use a thin cap for these nice little details. And these details, what they will do is they will add so much depth to our painting and add highlights at the same time. Now you can come over here too. Look at that. A nice little All right, let's fix this. Only because I've got super strength. Otherwise, it would have been gone. Okay. Coming along great. We have a nice little tree there. We have a nice little terrain here that's close to us. Further terrain, furthest terrain, furthest rest terrain, so on and so forth to the very, very back. Hey, when you're Spraycasso, you get to make your own words. We have a nice little effect going on there with some orange, and you can see the nice little white outline where the sun is coming out. We're going to have to make the shape of that sun a little bit more clear. Also, I'm going to blend some of that green so that it's not so green. Now, if you were asking me, Spray, did you know, oh, this thing, good Lord, that I was going to be morphing that green into that orange? The answer would have been no, I had no idea. Right here, bloop. But what we said, and the painting kind of paints itself. It starts to tell you, oh, was it this one or this one? This one or this one? This one. And it starts to take shape. Okay. Still too green. Oh, you know why? Because standard. The standard will create a better blending effect. All right. Ooh, look at that. So now what we also have to take under account is that we have a light source right there. And that light source, don't know what to do. Oh, that light source right there has to be shown down here as well. Plus, it's affecting all our terrain. It's affecting this terrain, and that tree. And because it's affecting them, we have to take under consideration the sun rays are coming in and bouncing off right here. Oh, that's too much. Let's do an undo. Let's change this to thin cap and create a nice little thin. Look at that. We'll let that same right here. I like making the effect that there's light bouncing off our rocks, our terrain. Okay, we'll do the same right here. And then I'll bounce off some paint off of it. Just defining certain edges. You don't want to go all crazy defining every edge. Won't work very well. Making the water look a little more water-like. I like it. Okay, so notice. Ooh, I like the way that worked. Put this guy right here. Don't fall over. Shoot this thing, somebody sneezes and it falls over. Oh, good lord. All right. Notice that right there. So that's your light source. Notice that how it blends that nice orange that we have there, and it kind of hits down here. So I want to continue that. I'll continue that by creating a nice little outline of the color that's coming up from above. So we're going to create a nice little outline right there. And then I'm going to soften it up. Soften it up. A little bit of this white obviously is coming down here, so we're going to have to add just right here in certain areas.